Ferrari and had a practice crash. I don't remember, and he literally, the car just became an inferno. Like all around him and stuff, and it took, we're waiting for fire trucks to show up, and so finally they get the fire out and he gets carried away. Now, we had pretty limited facilities back then, so on Sunday, pre-race, John Bizignano, who's doing the show with Jackie Stewart, actually gets Gerhard before he's getting in the car, and it's live, so like, take him, take him, take him. So they ask him about, so what was it, what happened in the crash? And Gerhard says, well, you know, it was big fire and very hot, and I was knocked unconscious, and I not realized the zipper on my suit gets very, very hot. I apologize to the ladies. It gets very hot, and I wake up in the hospital and I realize I have burned my dick. We're in the control room, and the guy I'm working with, he goes, "Can you say that on TV?" I said, "He just did."
Wait, I can't top that.
Anybody in order, or you're out of order, just
I've got nothing to say, really. I think we don't have too many bloopers, at least that I know of. I don't know. They edited so much of this stuff out. I think we got lost several times, and Jim's rolling the camera, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell we're going, but we don't really have that many.
So you've never dropped something on something priceless, like when Steve Wynn put his elbow through
Well,
his
we have one, but I'm not going to talk about it. It was a pretty tragic situation where a certain car did something really bad, and I was devastated. I fell on the ground. They thought I was dying. Something happened to this car, and I lost it. And Jim's rolling the camera, and he's in my face. And I said, "Turn that stupid thing on." Other than that, no, we haven't had too many.
Ray?
Oh boy, you know, like Wayne's show, you know, the only part of our show that's actually got a little bit of a script is the little 1 minute or so segment that we do with Mr. H. And if there's a blooper, it's because he, you know, his sense of humor, when you walk in there, he totally says stuff that you're not expecting, and also just start laughing. But I think the biggest blooper, and Ed Welburn gave it away yesterday a little bit, and he was kind of busting me, but you forget that you're mic'd, and so the truth was, when we were walking through there, he really surprised me by taking me into the, you know, the Buick studio, and when the door opened, of course, I was mic'd, and I was like, holy blank, what the blank is that? And so obviously couldn't use all of that, that in the show. So sometimes when I get surprised by something that we see or find, if we were going to use that audio, it'd be beeped.
When you talk about leaving a mark, one comes to mind real quick. When the Ford GT was produced, a guy named Chris Theodore, it was his idea. And when it was just a twinkling of an idea, I interviewed him on the radio and really followed him through the whole process till the car was produced. We had our cameras there right when the first car was coming off the line. And after we shot inside, the crew and everything decided this was ended by you taking a Ford GT outside and driving down the side of the plant and getting it up to speed, then bringing it down and stopping right in front of the cameras, and then jumping out and say, "Wow, what a ride, you got to get this car, see you next week," something like that. So it seemed easy. So I went and got the car back, and I don't know if you've ever driven a Ford GT, but they're exceedingly fast, but they also stop on a dime. And so I got it up, and then I stopped, I hit the brakes, and I stopped about, I don't know, 50 yards from the cameras. I said, no, you got to bring it right down here. So they gave me a mark, which was like 10 feet beyond the mark were the cameras and the crew and everybody. So, okay. I said, do that, and then as soon as you get there, you know, turn the key off and jump out of the car and make your statement. And so I got the car up, and I got it up to speed, and I'm approaching those cameras very quickly, and I don't want to, you know, hit the brakes too fast and do that same thing over again. So I take it right down there, hit the brakes, hit the mark, turn the key off, propel myself out of the car. I just had forgotten this one thing, if anybody's ever driven a Ford GT. The doors are a little unusual. And they go up and the roof goes halfway across the roof line. So when you open the door, there's actually a curve that extends about 2.5 feet. And I propelled myself into that. And you know, it was not just the pain, it was the crew just absolutely coming apart laughing, including my precious wife, you know. And so that was, I guess, of all our bloopers, we've done some crazy things, but that was the one that left the biggest mark.
For a guy that's always pretty polished, pardon the pun, and together, it's nice to know that you have those. So, actually, before we get to the next two, the yellow light is on in the back, which means we're about to go to the Q&A. But Joan has told me there are some wives that are expected. There's a luncheon, and so I'm supposed to instruct the wives that are going to a luncheon or the luncheon that now kind of excuse yourselves and head to that. I don't want to get in trouble by keeping you here too long. But then we'll resume here with the final two answers, and then we're going to do some